How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. We have a lot to cover here today, including some big companies jumping into crypto, creating their own blockchain, which is crazy. I'm talking massive companies, some of the biggest companies in the world, some really important players getting into the crypto space. We have news that now an exchange is going to support Bitcoin ordinals, a major exchange. We also have news of a exchange that just went bankrupt because of the SEC forcing them out of the US, and they're actually going to hold onto clients' funds. And I want to cover something that's happening outside of crypto, that's happening in the general market. Now, if you don't mind, hit subscribe underneath the video, turn on bell notifications so you see future videos just like this. There's also a link down there to NordVPN in case you want to start getting protected. And there's also links down there to Trezor, which I would highly suggest getting a Trezor wallet. Based on what we're about to talk about here today, spend the $50, $60 to get a Trezor wallet and be protected. Also a link down there to Webull in case you want some free money. They'll give you a ton of free stocks. Just deposit $100 on the platform. Now, as you can see here, the market is looking fine here today. Bitcoin's down a little bit from where it was earlier, but generally we haven't really moved. We have a big CPI reading tomorrow, and then we also have PPI on Thursday. So there's a lot happening in the next day or so, next 2 days. So be on the lookout for all that. It's definitely going to drive markets. But first of all, I want to talk about this. Crypto exchange Bittrex files for bankruptcy after SEC complaint. So about a month ago, a couple weeks ago, Bittrex said that they were going to stop operations in the U.S. because of basically what the U.S. SEC accused them of doing, which was operating an unregistered securities exchange. And now they are going bankrupt, just the U.S. version. So their global Bittrex will still be working, but now their assets are and liabilities are both between 500 million and $1 billion, and they're holding the crypto assets who did not withdraw funds before April 30. And they're going to go through court proceedings to get that crypto back. So it sounds like they're probably not at that much of a loss, if they are at a loss. But they're just trying to make sure everything looks good and is solid, just so that they can get out of the U.S. as smoothly as possible. So SEC pretty much pushing them out. And I don't think that they're really that much different than other exchanges. I don't really know that much about Bittrex, but I'm guessing they're just like the other exchanges out there. Now, of course, there could be stuff happening behind the scenes, but let's move on to another crypto exchange. That's Binance. They're going to start offering support for Bitcoin ordinals, which is cool. I mean, how cool would that be to go buy a Bitcoin ordinal on Binance or Binance US? But we'll have to see when that's rolling out. I didn't see too much information on it besides just that they are going to support it. Now, there's some big news on another front. A lot of tech and fintech companies are now getting into crypto. This is just coming out as of the last couple hours. The Canton Blockchain Network for Financial Institutions is being launched by Digital Asset and a group of firms, including Microsoft, Goldman, and Deloitte. So a little bit more information on this. A new blockchain network aimed at financial institutions is in the works from a conglomerate of participants in the finance and tech sector, including the likes of Microsoft and Goldman Sachs. The Canton Network will be a privacy-enabled, interoperable blockchain network aimed at those working with institutional assets. It will allow the synchronization of financial markets that were previously siloed. The network will begin testing its capabilities in July, which include extensive privacy controls and the ability to achieve the scale and performance needed by major financial institutions. And there are a lot of people that are going to be working on this network, as you can see here. They say the tokenization of real-world assets may offer an unprecedented opportunity to create new market infrastructure and drive efficiency in the trading of products across the globe. Now, I'm curious to see, they don't talk about a token at all. I'm guessing they won't have a token. Not exactly sure, but they go through a lot more information about it here. They go through some of the flaws of blockchain right now, including lack of privacy. Other blockchains have had to accept trade-offs between control and interoperability, the inability to scale, and they're going to be tokenizing a lot of financial products, it sounds like. Maybe, for example, being able to sell mortgages, have the money in escrow, have a smart contract go through so that you can move through the mortgage process a lot faster. Maybe it's tokenizing securities as well. There are a lot of different opportunities for this, but it sounds like they're going after pretty much everything. They're not going to just have one specific use case or one specific utility. It's not a joke like a meme coin or anything like that. They're trying to use blockchain for everything, all financial, all the transactions that it could be applied to in the normal financial institutions. So I think this is a pretty big deal. I think this is good news that they're getting into the blockchain space using blockchain technology. Maybe there's not some token that you can get rich from, but as time goes on, it is important for people to understand blockchain, understand the benefits of it, and if more companies use it, that's great. Now, this will be less decentralized, I think, obviously, because it's going to be run by a couple different companies than something like Bitcoin. But of course, there's less financial incentive, I think, for you to use this than there's for something like Bitcoin, where the value can go up over time and it's scarce and that kind of thing. I think this will be monetized, obviously, by these companies, or they'll just make money because the transactions are faster and that kind of thing. But we'll have to get more information on that. There's a lot of opportunities and a lot of different use cases for this. So again, just good overall that more companies are getting into the blockchain space. Now, we got news of Japanese car giant Toyota being busted rigging crash tests on 4 new overseas models. So we have crazy news. I mean, this isn't good news by any means, but I do think that we should pay attention to this because this does affect the stock market. It affects Tesla, which I'm largely invested in Tesla. They rigged crash tests, side impact crash tests for 4 new models that were going to be sold in countries that already have comparatively weak safety standards. So Reuters reported a notch that was added to the inner door linings to minimize the risk of, in testing, that the door interior could break with a sharp edge and cause injury to an occupant when the side airbag was deployed in an accident. Same time that's happening, a couple months ago we got news that a Tesla plunged off a 250-foot cliff that I think they call it like Hell's Cliff or something like that, and everyone lived. 2 passengers were not even seriously injured. So we have Teslas making it on a 25-story drop, while other companies are trying to get around safety standards. I think this should come with a massive fine. I think that this is disgusting. And, I think this really drives home the point that if you want to be safe, buy a Tesla, right? They're the safest cars on the road. They're the most fun. They're the most economical. I think this is kind of an unpopular opinion, but I think Tesla is a great American company. It brings a lot of jobs to America, and that should be celebrated, not crapped on all the time. But that's just my opinion. We also got a lot of other earnings reports from other EV companies this week, and they were not good. Lots of companies losing money, a lot of inventory building up. It's going to be tough for a lot of these other EV companies. I hope they make it through because I think we need more options than just Tesla. At this point, it looks like a lot of companies are going to go bankrupt over the next couple of years. Let me know your thoughts on all this underneath the video, though. Let me know what you think about all these companies getting into crypto and some of the news on the crypto exchanges. Thank you so much. Hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.